Lost is on.
Welcome back, everybody. We're watching Lost because it's good, right? Right? Anyway, this week we are continuing on our journey. I think the episode this week is called The Moth.
The Moth.
The Moth.
It's Charlie-centric episode.
Yeah.
What I remember from the first Charlie episodes is not liking him a whole lot.
Yes.
I remember just not liking him. I think it might be because I sort of relate to that character, at least in my high school days. We'll see. Not that I was a drug addict, obviously. More that I was that I felt like a dejected artist.
And you were a bassist who also plays guitar.
Yes.
I remember that. I remember that because of the last episode when he got his guitar back, right?
Yes, but not with a pick.
So he's finger picking.
I think so. If what I know about bassists who play that type of music is true, yes. I.e., you play it like it's a rhythm guitar.
Yeah.
Like Blink-182, like Mike Dirnt.
Yeah.
All the punkish bassists, mostly.
Who's the bassist in Blink?
Mark Hoppus.
Hoppus.
Oh, yeah.
DeLong is the guitarist. One of the best pop-punk guitarists you'll ever... Well, probably the best pop-punk guitarist you'll ever meet. He is so good at what he does.
He was trained by the aliens, according to him, right?
Or Dynasty Gary.
Oh. Yeah! But we're talking about Drive Shaft.
Dropshaft.
I remember when I watched this too, I was real into, and I still am into, like, how bands and music stuff, like, functions, I always interested in, like, how albums are made and how the tours work. So when I watch this, like, he's so cool.
I can't imagine this has enough time to go into all that, though.
I don't think it does. Just in my mind, watching this at, like, 15, I was like, this is cool. The other backstories were fine. Now we're cool.
Now this is my backstory. It is interesting because obviously, and we said we wouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it throughout. We all know how his story ends. We won't say it, but we all know how it's interesting going back and watching this, knowing how these characters end, and just like it is really well arced. I think.
What we remember. Yeah.
Actually, from what we remember, I think that the stuff on the island, at the time while it was airing, was more interesting to me. I think that the stuff on the island is less well written than the arcs are, from what we've seen so far. For me.
Well, it's because it tends to be the last couple of episodes. A lot happens in the flashbacks, but then in the present day, it's like, we got to find the dog. Oh, we got to go find a pig. Oh, Michael saw his son's boobs.
Oh, sons. Not his son's boobs. Okay.
See what I mean? Like, the island tends to be, it's focused on one thing because the main story can't go too far ahead.
Yeah.
Because they want to milk this for multiple seasons. And then the flashbacks have to move fast because we got to tell you, like, seemingly everything about this character's backstory in, like, Spark Notes.
Right.
So...
Well,
just like last week where...
Do you think...
Like
so obviously we know that this is not going to be his entire backstory because we have the hindsight of the whole thing. Do you think that they went into it... Like, do you remember feeling like this was their entire backstory as you were watching it? And then, like, wondering, like, okay, what are they going to do if they continue past this point?
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see how much... Because, just like all the backstories, they all mesh into one big thing. I think for the Kate one, we were all like, oh, wow, that was not nearly as much as I remember happening because it's one little tidbit. They're going to feed us like fish in a tank. Every little bit. Because, again,
by the way, I
wanted
wanted to ask, did anyone get around to watching the teenage version of Lost that you brought to light?
Nope.
No.
I don't even remember what it was called, but
Flight 29 down.
I found where you could stream it.
What is it on?
Like Tubi or something like
that. Let's go. Watching them side by side is going to be wild.
You have quite an amount of time to do so.
Yeah. I think we should watch The Moth.
All right,
do it.
everybody ready to watch The Moth?
Yeah.
Let's get lost. Welcome back, everybody. We just watched The Moth, and man, what a Charlie-centric episode. Literally, that was me when I was a high schooler. Not without the drugs. Without
Obviously,
the
as you said
hard
earlier.
drugs
Yeah,
and women and Catholicism, I was not I am not a Catholic.
And he goes, I had physical relations with a woman. I go, oh, I remember the scene. And right after, I had relations with another woman. And I go, oh, yeah. And then I go, I watched them have relations with each other. I go, I do remember this. I remember being 15 going, what is he talking about? It's like, well, Jared, it's time to learn some French. Anyway, I remember that scene. So once it happened, I go, I remember this.
I remembered that scene exactly the way you did. That's funny. Also, he's playing bass with a pick.
And he's strumming
it.
We're bass snobs, me and Jake.
Not that there's anything wrong with strumming a bass, but use your fingers like a man.
You play guitar for a second. Your brother was like showing you.
I know a couple chords.
Yeah, for like a couple minutes. He taught you, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
that's pretty accurate. A couple minutes.
If I didn't already mention it, did take your brother like 3 hours to teach him Smoke on the Water. You know why it took him that long to teach
you
you
don't
Smoke
know
on?
notes.
Because he's not a very good teacher.
Yeah.
I hope he watches and listens.
He doesn't.
Because 15-year-old us, he was like, just do this. And he's like yelling at me. And after we're done, okay, now we can watch Lost.
Right? Yeah.
It's probably how it happened.
Just out of curiosity, that other Ibanez that your wife bought was supposed to be for you, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's our collective guitar, but
well, obviously,
it's like,
was it supposed to be the one you were
out in the basement? I wear that one and pretend to play it.
So you do a sort of a Stranger Than Fiction sort of thing.
Yeah, I haven't seen that actually. So
you should. Jake owns it.
I own a film copy of it, or a film
Most
copy
of
of
it.
half of it.
Or half of it. Yeah, you could watch the half of it.
Okay.
Long story. But
anyway,
you know, Aaron and I, before we get back into Lost, just talk guitars. And we did. We started a guitar ballet once. Remember that?
What?
Was it Swan Bass? Is
I
what you
have
told me
no
it was.
You remember the
what you're
story?
talking about.
So we were on that mission trip in Virginia.
Yeah. Okay.
In 2010, actually around the time I was watching this, and you had my bass, and I had your brother's guitar, and I only knew G, and I showed you where G was, and we just hit G the whole time. We called it Guitar Lake.
There we go.
Called it Guitar
You
Lake?
stood in place and went like this.
I think,
and I was prancing around all merry.
Oh man.
For reference, he knows more chords now. I think he does not, but
Nope.
But do you remember Guitar Lake?
I have a very vague recollection of this happening, but yeah.
There's something about this seat. No matter who sits in this seat, if there's some previous history with them, all this stuff comes rushing back to me. So in the weeks you've sat there, just all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, we did this together. I keep forgetting how intertwined our lives have been for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And like me and you, we see each other all the time anyway, so it's just given. But with you, it's like, yeah, I keep forgetting how long we've known each other.
And then that fateful year happened of 2016. Or no, it was even earlier.
It was abandoned me.
No. It was earlier than that. It was 2014.
And you both abandoned me. When we were all going to see movies all the time, and I'm fresh out of high school, it's like, this is great. I can finally go see movies.
This is what life's gonna be. And then his friends get girlfriends.
Both of them got girlfriends.
Oh, yep.
So back to Lost. Did you understand the metaphor?
Yeah, there was a moth.
In the cave. And
it's really layered in there. It's hard to see. You have to look.
Yep, he follows a moth out of the little hole on top, but he has to be ready to break out. No one can help him out. That's why they don't rescue them. He does it.
Yeah,
it's not the worst thing in the world. It's fine. It's 2004. Like that's exactly how.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not bad.
That's fine.
And I still like Locke a lot. I like his whole he already knows what's going on, and he uses
We never
bait.
saw who hit him with a stick. Who hit Saeed with a stick? Did we?
I think
No,
it's Locke.
I think so
I feel
too.
like that's what my guess is from remembering. It's because he is the one who wants to be there because he kind of can't walk anywhere else.
I remember from previous watch throughs that remembering even back farther from my first watch, I always forgot whether it was a character we have not met yet or Locke.
No other pre-established character, just Locke. It's either someone new or Locke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And Jake had a good... wasn't it you that said our whole survival is based off of... What was this? Shannon, and who was the other one you said? Was it
Sawyer.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Sharon.
Or Sharon.
Sharon and Sawyer.
It's like, that's why it's 6 seasons long.
Uh-huh.
But they did it.
Yeah, they actually did it.
They did their job. I still have Shannon as my least favorite character, and she had 2 scenes, and one of them I wanted to choke her because
she was talking to someone and forgot the time.
No, that was the all right one.
No, that was fine because
Yeah.
she did her job.
Oh.
The other one is when Boone's going to help because Jack is trapped in a cave, and he says, "I need you to do this." Why? It's just do it. Well, here's the button. Shut up. Just do it. If you screw up, then we all know you're incompetent for sure.
I will say, though, that Ovation guitar that Charlie has is the exact same one that I had.
It's the exact same one you had.
Yes, I have. Although through owning one of them, I really hate those composite back guitars. I just can't do it.
That's where it's smoother on the back, right?
It's plastic, not wood.
Yeah, it's
And
not
it's
like
round
the full
and it's
button.
rounded, so
Yeah.
it rolls off of you, and it's like, ugh.
So you don't like the feel or the sound or both?
The feel.
Okay,
And
so
even
the sound.
the sound and the playability. To be fair, mine wasn't an expensive one.
His look pretty nice.
No, it's about a $300 guitar.
Wow, that much. That's when Jake's supposed to say, "Jared, how much did you spend on your bass?" And then I'd say, "Jake, how much did you spend on your bass?"
A lot less than you did, even though you got the same bass.
Not that bass.
Oh my god! The
You're
quote most expensive piece of equipment in this building. You're not
Yeah. So
totally
then I'm
wrong.
supposed to say that, and you're like, "Shh," and that would have been the end of the little interaction. So yeah, I like Charlie. Aaron, he's still your favorite?
Yeah. So I kind of went into this episode thinking, oh, it's Charlie's backstory episode. I'm probably going to have to figure out a new character to pick as my favorite. And I was thinking about Locke. I'm starting to like Locke quite a bit. Just because it's so mysterious, which is kind of a weird way to put it.
Dreamy.
But yeah, that's
No,
kind of
no,
where I
no,
thought you were
that's
gonna take
Sawyer.
that. But no, he always seems to know what's going on for whatever reason, and
He's everyone's dad.
yeah,
On that island. He kinda is.
He's
kinda.
the sage character
Yeah.
until other sage characters happen later in the show.
He's a sage character until he goes to the store to get some milk. Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
Anyway, I was kind of thinking about Locke, and also like in this episode in particular, kind of I saw him as a contrast to Saeed, who I think is very cool also.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
Saeed like trying to do whatever he can
I like
with his mind to get off the island, and
I like the
Locke.
mechanical way that Saeed looks at what they're experiencing. That I appreciate very much. I'm not as much into the spiritual aspect of it that is portrayed in Locke.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
How about that
Fair enough.
laptop?
when's the
picked
last
it
time?
up and-
When's the last time you remember being able to remove a battery from a laptop without flipping it over and then doing all of these?
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah,
I remember you used to be able to just pull a thing and just pop out the bottom.
Mm.
Man, I wish you got a better look, because I would have asked you, like, what kind of laptop is it? Because it wasn't a tough book. Or was it a tough book?
Might have been.
But it had, like, the handle.
Those have gone through so many redesigns.
I know. Did any of the tough books ever have, like, the handle where the battery's in? I'm just curious.
I don't know offhand, but just a second.
I had a friend who claimed his dad ran over his tough book on purpose with his car to prove it was tough, but I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah.
Unless it is a real thing, like they are that tough.
I do not know the answer to that question.
Yeah. And then Michael is still... Well, Michael was in construction for 8 years, so he knows caves.
Yes.
Which,
yeah, he knows.
This is a show full of any smidgen of expertise in anything we need.
Yeah.
So it's like, sure, whatever.
It was a compact LTE Elite.
Compact LTE Elite. All right.
Which makes total sense for the time, actually.
Yep. And Michael's still giving Son weird looks because it's...
That's what I kept noticing. What?
Because he knows that she can speak English now.
Yeah.
And he got beat
so
up
she's intentionally, like, not helping.
So the last one I noticed in this episode is whatever, I think it was Walt asked him, "Oh, can we stay here in the caves now?" And his internalization, and he looks at her like, okay. I don't know. He's got some weird obsession with her right now.
Or something.
Yeah. But anyway, I would like to go back and say that I was thinking a lot about Locke and Saeed throughout the episode. And then I decided that I'm sticking with Charlie. Because
he's the most innocuous of the group right now.
I distinctly remember these flashbacks from rewatches, and for whatever reason, boring. I'm not really like. I always remember not really liking this episode very much, and for whatever reason, I appreciate Charlie more after this watch of this episode.
So, I actually don't think it was the compact LTE Elite. That did famously have a battery in its handle, but they stopped making it in 96, it looks like. So,
which is not out of the realm of possibility someone had one.
I mean, this is 2004, though.
Yeah.
Assuming that it is actually the year that it aired.
I'm just saying, like, it's not out of the realm of possibility, because some people hold on to stuff, but it would be weird to still have that and be, like, taking it with you places.
But it might be a compact... Might be a new design of something old like that. I didn't see the laptop itself.
Oh, how about Kate dropping her very important survival job?
Oh, and then swinging back. Sawyer Jack. That's why Juliet's better.
We don't know Juliet.
You're just Juliet. Here's the countdown. Who sings that?
Oh, check yes, Juliet.
Yeah.
Check yes,
We the
Juliet.
Kings.
We the King.
That's spelled different.
What?
Juliet?
Juliet.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever. Check yes, Juliet. That's what they
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
I remember that song. Yeah, Kate.
Yeah, We the
Kate
Kings. Wow.
Kate's an
That's a. We were talking about me being the pop punk king earlier today, and here you are with We the Kings references.
Well, he didn't even get the lyrics
come from
right.
listening to their music. It comes from a 30-second commercial that played on Channel 1 when I was in middle school. Yep, remember Steel Trap for useless media information?
Uh-huh.
It'd play every day during the commercial break, and I remember it was, I don't know if it was black and white or like very like sepia tone, but then it was like all these close-ups, and they were saying, "Hey, we're We the Kings, and here's our new song." That's literally what the commercial was.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know why I thought of that, other than Juliet.
Check yes,
Yeah, that's
Juliet,
probably it.
are you with me? Rain is falling down on your fingers now.
Now.
Something like that.
Yeah. I had also forgotten that this was the cave-in episode.
I had forgotten that was a thing that happened.
Same. Yeah,
I only remembered the drug withdrawals and the backstory with Drive Shaft.
Yeah.
Drive Shaft.
Yep.
That's like it.
Yep.
Which there's got to be more. We have a Charlie episode for episode 15 again, so I wonder if there's more. With Liam.
Oh, okay.
They're basically Oasis.
The glasses when you said he looks like a youth pastor. I go, yep, that basically is Oasis.
That last scene with Liam where they flip roles.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating to me.
It's frustrating.
Yeah. Just not the scene
sudden.
itself, but no, not the way they did it or anything like just the Liam, I guess, is frustrating. That he didn't see his role or whatever in Charlie's flip, kind of.
So when Charlie yells at him, "You did this to me!"
Yeah.
You felt that.
I felt that. Yeah.
Because I think I said, he's not wrong.
That line in particular, I think, was a little bit on the nose, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. The line that got me for that was it was about the music.
Yeah.
It was about, I'm sorry. Big business music is not about the contracts and labels, not about the music anymore. It's just not. Even in 2004, I don't think it was.
No, hasn't been for a long time.
You could still be a successful musician and have it be about the music, but like not the way that they were portraying it.
Music doesn't make you money anymore. It's touring.
Concerts do.
Yep, it's touring. Thanks, Napster. You started this.
It's okay, Napster. I miss you, buddy.
That's all I got to say about the Moth.
Me too.
Yeah.
Everybody, we ready?
Well,
All right. So, before we get on out of here, if you want to check us out on our other on the other days of the week that we post, Jared, where can they find us?
you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, the Funny TikTok, and X.
Formerly known as Twitter.
And you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and hey, if it's YouTube, subscribe, comment, ring our notification bell to get all our video things, and make sure you like and rate us on all those apps, and check out our groovy website.
All right. And other than that, come on back next Thursday and continue getting lost with us.
Yeah, we're watching Confidence Man next week.
Oh, yeah, that'll be a Sawyer episode.
Yeah.
I didn't like him in this first season. Again, until they start doing the arc thing and he gets further into it.
That's further down the line.
Yeah. All right. Yep. Other than that, let's get lost.